Hey Jeffrey, how you doing, man?
I'm good.
Good, good, good.
Yeah, I got to unmute it. Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm confused. I live my life confused sometimes. Oh, so how are you doing?
Good. It's one of them days, one call after the other, trying to get stuff dialed in. I'm moving into ads, Jeffrey. I'm moving into ads. So the first time as an agency. So I'm offering it to clients. So I got to drink my own Kool-Aid. So I'm starting to do that. A little nervous. I'm white labeling that out.
Well, that's good.
So, um, yeah, so I'm excited. I'm excited to see how that goes. Um, I feel like I got a good agency to do that. He's from Seven Figure Agency. He does a lot of those guys, very successful guy. So I'm thinking he knows what he's doing a little bit. So I got
Well, I
that.
started looking at doing some and figured out I don't know anything.
It just
I
that's his
couldn't even
own
decide what I
creature.
wanted to do. So I haven't done it yet.
Yeah,
I just
it's its own creature
overwhelmed
for
myself.
sure. Yeah. Let me hit start here real quick and we'll do the intro. We'll just hang out a little bit. It's gonna be open Q&A with Chris. Let me get this going. Plus, I was talking to another one of our guests. We're gonna have him next week. Super excited to have him. We literally spent our appointment was at 2:30. I literally hung up from him and got on here. So whatever, 2.5 hours of just jamming out. I'm excited to bring again. If you guys have followed me for a little bit, here, let me just hit record and do intro real quick.
Mhm.
Um, Carlos, what's happening? Oh, cool. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay,
There it goes.
perfect. GMB Pros, welcome everybody. I thought I had paused the recording, but I want to welcome those that are here, Jeffrey, Richard, Carlos. Let me go ahead. I'll go ahead and shoot this one. Now, just in case Chris shares a little bit of secrets, he doesn't want them all out there. So we'll keep it within the GMB Pros. But one of everybody that's watching the replay, I appreciate you guys. Today is going to be on Chris Palmer, just an open Q&A session. So we're jamming out a little bit, let you guys take the call to its own flow, right? Wherever you guys need more help in. I was just talking to Jeffrey. He asked me how my day was going, one call after the other. So my agency, it was just all GMB stuff. Then Google changed a lot of stuff. It changed my formula, wasn't as effective, my recipe. So I'm adding not WordPress, but website, SEO website, so I can work those together, the right hand helping the left hand. And I have a guest that um we were just talking with friends next week, Lee. You guys will see him. He's the one that really leveled me up, helped me with as far as how to look at SEO with best practices, right? You guys, if you guys follow me, you'll hear a lot of that. So he's gonna bring in an area where I'm weak at, especially with interlinking. He's going to teach us how to look at that fast, simple, and effective. If you guys have heard that, I get that from Lee. Fast, simple, and effective. That moves the needle. That is real stuff that we're going to be able to do. So, man, we were jamming now. I was just telling the guys that from 2:30 literally to 5 o'clock, we were just jamming out on stuff. I want them to show you guys. It's going to be on interlinking, how to do that effectively, how to look at it and see the opportunities. A lot of us talk about it, but how is it done? We looked at a few examples. We looked at my website. Holy moly, there's a lot. It's going to be fun. I
Yeah,
can't
I
wait.
would like to see examples because I mean I
Oh,
do it, but I never know if I'm doing
yeah,
it
right.
the right way.
Yeah,
And I've
Lee.
tried a service, automate it, and it screwed up my site. Um, so I'm like, well, forget that. Took me
No,
hours.
I never do the automation part. what I do, well, I have the list of my articles, and if I could find relations to them, that's when link. I link to the, if I'm blogging about a certain category or a city page, I link to that. And if there's other articles that I've written that are cross-related to those other articles, I link to those as well.
Well,
I,
here's
I
the
don't use automation.
here's the thing, and a lot of this will have automation and it will not. We just use our noggin a little bit. The way he shows it, though, guys, for our clients, right, to get them quick wins, move the needle, it's incredible. If you can take an existing website, he takes it, looks at it, and you'll be amazed at the opportunity. Fast, simple, and effective, moves the needle. We all know it's best practices, right? Anchor text, it's no secret if you do it right. And I'm talking about like not having an anchor text, like putting, or if you have a lot of like 50 anchor texts that say Carlos, right? You want to mix it up, or Rob, or
Of
Riz, or
course,
Richard, or Jeffrey, or
yeah.
Carlos.
You kind of use one as certain keywords, or just like mix it up. Like, look, we'll find out more. Link, click here. I mean, mix it up.
Yeah, but with this, the way he shows, I can't wait, guys. It was a lot of fun.
I want to see it. I want to.
Yeah, a lot of fun, fast, simple, and effective. So I can't wait to bring that to you guys. Best practices, right? And if we get, and like Jeffrey said, you want to see an example of how to do it right, and it's gonna be like, I know I learned a ton, and that's one of my weak areas, right? As far as like how to do it, how to look at it, what am I looking at, and all that. It's fast, simple, and effective. He was showing how to do that in that way. And it was a lot of fun seeing this opportunity that you're like, oh shoot, what the heck? Like right in our faces, like literally right in our faces, like what like how many of us like, oh, I know about interlinking. Oh, I know how important that is. Or because also you got to look at, there's like WordPress themes, right? That will just mess it up for us, or will do it automatically for us. And you can go in there and change it and like really think. And the way Lee will go in there, he's like, hey, look over here. You're running out of ideas. Bam, just get what Google Search Console has already given you. Boom, there's your ideas. Just something different, right? God, Chris.
Hey, what's up, man? How
What's
are you?
happening? Man, we're just jamming now. I spent about 2.5 hours on interlinking right now. I'm gonna bring this Lee into our group. Lee, into
Yeah.
our group to show interlinking. And he was showing me like fast, simple, and effective right in front of us. Fix this and it'll move the needle. But it's like, bam, like before we even get to like, how to get quick wins for the client. And so he ran some tests on a few websites doing nothing but interlinking. And he got not only that particular page to move the needle, but he got a site-wide improvement.
Sick. Did he give up the site?
Well, I'm gonna have him on.
Cool.
He gave some examples. He had like, and
Perfect.
it just random crap where like he took it, like we'll just pick one. I think we did
Can you
like
go
a
over,
barbecue
can you go
one.
over the quick theory of it by chance?
It's basically looking at it. I don't want to spoil it, but it's just the opportunities. Like, what if I told you, like, you have a client, you want to get quick wins, and you look at the interlinking. What if like half of the anchor texts are not even there? Right? It's crazy. Like, okay, and then and then it's right in front of you. So I don't want to spoil it too much, but I'm telling you, fast, simple, effective, fun. Like, okay, and then like where do we put? Man, go look at your search console. Bam, paste and copy, right? Something is better than nothing, right?
Right.
And they're like, okay, so on mine, I had like 30 Google My Business. Like, come on, I could do better than that, right? I can mix it up, get some other, and God forbid you have LSI, God forbid variations, God forbid entity keywords, right? Like, whoo. And the cool part, again, is just leveraging just that alone, it's site-wide like movement, right? You're not confusing Google. And what if we took like stuff that doesn't even belong linking to other pages with anchor text, like your policy, like your contact? What's another one? What are they? Like those funky terms of service, whatever have, like,
Privacy
you know,
policy terms of about us page, like
uh,
the generic stuff, contact us page. Yeah.
stuff like that,
But did he give any theory of like, okay, so you build a website in, so first of all, I'm a PPC guy, right? So all we do is PPC. I dabble in SEO very lightly. So forgive my ignorance if I say anything stupid. Did he give anything like, okay, interlink, top of silo, cheers, brother. Like top of silo, right? So say you want to rank, garage door repair, then you would build a bunch of content about garage door repair underneath, right? So all the interior content would link to your main pillar page, garage door repair, and your pillar pages would rank to the other pillar page, or excuse me, link to the other pillar pages. Is that a best
Yeah.
practice?
Don't complicate it, right? Just nice and simple. But here's the crazy part. We took 3 sites, and the stuff that doesn't even have an anchor text, and the ones that do is like the same thing literally over and over on different pages. Like, oh man, we can do so much better with this. So he showed us. And it's funny, you're a PPC guy. I was just telling Jeffrey, Chris, I'm gonna get into ads, thanks
Yeah,
to
man.
you and your short. So it's no secret, right? I was used to be a GMB guy, and Google messed me up, right? They switched the target on me. So I got to bring on the website. So I'm bringing SEO. And to be a complete solution and do right by the customer, they also have to play in the ads box, right? So if I'm offering that, Chris, we just spoke, right? As far as like he's doing that stuff, and in shorts and how it relates, how it's translating. But so I signed up today. I'm gonna have this. I'm not doing it myself. I'm leaving that like yourself, right? That's all you do, because I think ads, it's its own animal, it's its own agency, right? It's its
100%.
own like you can really flex on that and be a 7-figure agency on that. So I'm excited. I'm nervous. I'm putting my walking the walk, right? Doing the thing. So
If I could just, and I don't want to, by
no,
the way,
it's
my name's
today's
Forrest.
Q&A
Yeah.
today.
So my
open.
name's Forrest. I'm really happy to connect with you guys. So, okay. So I started out my career and ended up being a CMO of a big company. So I kind of overlooked PPC, SEO, all digital stuff. And PPC and SEO, it just comes down to the same basic principle of satisfying search. Okay. So if you want to rank for garage door repair Dallas, I live in Dallas, then you need to have content. You need to start with the basic of a page about garage door repair in Dallas, right? So it's the same with pay-per-click. It's the same. You want to have an ad that matches the search term and is also relevant to the location. And then you have a landing page that's relevant to that keyword and location. So we end up with 1,500 plus hard-coded landing pages for every account we build, so that we are relevant by keyword and location. And that's PPC is just as tedious as SEO, but it's very simple. If you just say, I just want to be as relevant as possible to every keyword variation, and then go to work, right?
So I like that. And Chris, if you could speak on your kind of experience, since that's where kind of the flow is going. So you're taking an SEO mentality to ads, right? You want to be keyword driven and geo driven, right? Bam, and let's dominate. Now, Chris, I know, I don't know how much you want to say or not say, but your ads, like, what are you doing as far as ads, and how's that translating? Because I know you're killing it. Like every time I open my phone, like, man.
You're seeing more and more ads, YouTube ads, LinkedIn ads, running them on Facebook. We just started running just Google organic, but I think for us the big flow is definitely, I mean, I like YouTube and LinkedIn. Facebook is really, really good. It's up and down though. It's not like a surefire, but we've been doing very well with Facebook. I just learned Facebook though. So I'm learning those lessons, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you,
I,
Chris, how are you tracking multi-channel? Are you using like a Hyros or something or?
we're like
Oh,
for
I'm sorry.
Facebook and LinkedIn, you know, this is just for us. I'm not selling this as a service. How I track it, my main KPI is, am I increasing in sales? Am I getting form
Totally.
fills? Are they hitting the either the sign up? Are they filling the form? Or am I actually getting a conversion? Are they making it to the checkout page?
Totally.
That's the only thing. I mean, that's my only KPI that I'm looking at. If I was going to sell it, I'd probably track every single motion, but I'm not selling that at this time.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
as far as like clients, or okay, let's keep it in our bubble, right? You're
Yeah.
running ads for all of us here. Like, isn't that the end goal? Even for like SEO, one thing that I learned kind of the hard way, Brett Mindsaw taught me this, like all this SEO crap and blah, 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 means nothing unless that phone rings, right? Like Chris is right. Like, hey, I'm spending this. Is it coming up on my shopping cart, right? Like, is there any, like, how are you tracking it?
How do we track? So pay-per-click, we use call tracking metrics, man. I think it's the best software on the market. We now I don't even do Facebook. We don't do social. We do some YouTube. So all of our stuff is through Google and Microsoft, and just through call tracking metrics. It's superior to CallRail. And so we run calls and forms through there. Pretty easy.
Calls and forms.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think, Chris, do you do straight calls? Like, hey, fill out the form, you're interested, send an email, you reply, boom, call?
800 number is what we've been doing. Yes, that could be one of the funnels, definitely. But I'm sending them to an OBR.
Just so we have an understanding of what the four of us do. What type of lead gen are we all doing that's here in the room? Just so we understand if we're on the same plane, because different, the guy who can sell lipstick can't generate roofing leads, right? They're very different niches, right? So what, if you don't mind me asking, what do you guys all what type of marketing are you into?
For ads or for organic?
Yeah, so either or. Sorry, I'm an ads guy. I'm just jumping into an organic chat.
Yeah.
You
I'm
know,
primarily
so
real estate and law is where
love
we
it.
primarily focus at.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Personal injury attorney near me.
Personal
You
injury, car accident, truck accident, and then sell my house fast. We buy houses.
Yeah.
Divorce lawyer,
Competitive.
business law. Yeah.
Competitive. Woo.
Now, I have an attorney as well, and I create landing pages for that client. But it's all through SEO. It's not PPC or Facebook ads. I did tell him that I would create a Facebook ad for him and show him how it could work, but he never added and stuff like that, so I could create the ads for him. So right now it's just SEO, and I've created different landing pages for the law practices that he offers.
Yeah.
So
Fantastic.
SEO.
Yeah.
And-
But Forrest, I kind of want to talk to you about that. So perhaps we could talk about PPC and stuff like that.
Sure. Yeah. 100%. So I do. Jeffrey, what's your game, brother? What are you into?
I do three things, all my own businesses mostly. Commercial photography,
Nice.
which was on top forever of everything and went under after COVID because I kind of decided to get out of it, but decided I better get back in. So I'm starting it over. Review management business. And then for a friend of mine, I'm helping with their salon, well, not a hair salon, a med spa.
Nice. So big GMB focus on that then.
Yeah, and the website, which I want to ask Chris a couple things about, heard him mention to clarify, but haven't done any paid ads. I'm looking to do it soon. I just started and then found out I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I didn't do it. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I got to figure this out first. So You know,
100%.
get a little bit more prepared before I spend money.
Yeah. So we have the opposite problem. So I take care of home service companies. So we have about 160 companies we work with. I'm still not, there's plenty of mega agencies out there. And but more and more of those guys are getting hooked up with these predatory agencies. Contractors are getting sick of SEO agencies, man. And so now they think, honestly, they think we're all scumbags. Contractors now, well, these, because a salesman, a guy will be, a year ago, he's a police officer. And now he hires, get some world-class salesmen in the shop, and now he's a professional SEO. That stuff happens all the time. So anyways, we get a lot of our folks asking about SEO, and I'm like, well, shit, I know all the basic stuff. I can, like, we use
Well,
I'll show you
that's all
guys.
you need, the basic stuff. That's all you need to get started. And then you upsell them to the PPCs.
Right. I'll show you guys. I wonder if I can show you.
And two, Forrest, you were referencing internal link building and what's the importance behind that.
Sure.
That metric is inside of Search Console for a reason, because it's showing the importance of each page. So external is going to build external votes coming in and saying, hey, look how important this is. But when I'm building internal flow to pages, like say I have primary service page / what is a, home services. If I build 7 or 8 informational pieces and point it at that page, my internal links are pointing to the commercial page, signifying to Google, hey, look how important this page is.
Right.
That's the main
How,
reason, brother.
how important is interlinking versus a link from a web 2.0, right? From a citation. What's the value of both?
Well, I mean, Web 2.0, I mean, that's an external link.
Right.
9 times out of 10, too, each SERP is different. Google only has 100 results per keyword. Generally, in that 100 results, only 1 or 2 Web 2s are going to be rewarded. So Web 2s, that day is over, right? Unless you're going to do the homework. When we're talking about citations, directories, press releases, yes, there's authority there, because I want to have the same type of links. I want to be in the link graph like the winners, right? So I want to be in that link graph. I want to look like a winner because I'm a winner. But those are no follow links. And then when we're talking about internal links, this is just so I can signify to the bot, to Google, hey, which pages do I think are most important? And this is going to be transferred to Google by internal linking.
Love it.
So external links, they're 2 different things. That's all. But Web 2s are not it, brother.
They do count. They do count, because when they do a search, those Web 2.0 accounts, I mean, provided you give them content to continue, they show up. So, and then, suppose that other businesses show up as well, but your business continues to be there.
Yeah, and they're easy to. I think a Web 2, of course, it's being counted. It is a referring domain, but just like a comment link or an image link, it's not as valuable as a DR60 guest post,
Totally. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Do you guys still believe in paying for the, $600 to $800 press release submissions, and getting picked up by the spammy Boston Herald, Western Journal, whatever, right? Are those $600 press releases worth doing these days?
Well, I think that's wildly dependent upon the vendor. You can get really good distribution here, Yahoo's, AP News's, things along these lines, like 700, 800 links for a much lower cost. Things have changed for that's general distribution. Is it worth it? Yes, but only once every 6 months. But 700 is out of line, in my opinion, for those types of links.
Fair, like, because you go to like PR Newswire's site and stuff. They're, I don't know. Let me see, like, products and stuff. I feel like they're like $600 to $1,000. Crazy what they charge
you're basically paying $1 to $1.25 for each one. But if you buy batches, you can get niche specific PR instead of the general distro. So if you're in home services, they have specifics. Like Global Newswire will have specific niche type PR where you have a smaller distribution, but it's more specific. Hyper important. But then you want those generals, your Business Insider, your Yahoos, that's your general. But that price, no. you should be getting them for somewhere around 3 to 3.25, 350, somewhere in that range is
Gotcha.
more than
Love
fair.
it, bro. This is hey, that's golden. How do you guys feel about so obviously interlinking is important. I've heard some schools have thought that, well, if I'm in Houston, Texas, well, I should link to the City of Houston Chamber of Commerce. I should link out to them in the body content on my page, right? I should link out to the Houston high school football team and like relevant things to demonstrate to Google that
To visit,
I'm in my
there
community.
to the places to visit and use them, blah blah blah, all that stuff.
Right. Do you
But-
link out to relevant, local sources?
I mean, think about that. First principle, right? Do we think that that will actually influence Google's thoughts about our website?
No.
Heck no. Completely irrelevant. Plus, why would I want to pass page rank to an asset that's already authoritative?
Right.
I need to be seen as the authority. So I want to create relevant content based on the keyword that I'm trying to target. I'm not going to talk about ice cream shops and museums because why would I want to mess up the density if I'm trying to rank for Roofer Houston? You know?
Totally. Yeah, totally
Okay.
makes sense. It's interesting how everybody has their own theories, but I tend to agree with you, Chris, 100%. So
Now it depends too on the goal, right? Because like for example, if I look at my grid, my heat map grid, and I'm just red, so that tells me that Google doesn't see me like in that area, like geo-relevant, right? So I'll flex a little bit and put some stuff on the website
yeah,
just on that area, and I see so it, and I'll see some movement. Now, if let's say I'm 15, 10, so now okay, I'm relevant in that area, but not for that keyword, then I have to go look at my keyword page or service page and just tweak that out a little bit,
100%.
right? Like, is
100%.
my GMB local stuff dialed in, right? Chris, if
Right.
you look at his channel, he has a plethora of how to optimize your GMB, right? Basics, just like basic stuff, right?
Yeah.
Location, your products, your services, your business description, like all that. Bam, he goes through it super nice. Guess where I got my SOPs, right? Boom, Chris does an awesome job about that. Then you tie that into the website with embedment. If you have more than one location, service page, put the embedment on there. So now you're telling Google this keyword, this area. I don't want Google guessing. And I think that's kind of like, I look at my heat maps a lot more different now with that. But does that alone? No, like Chris was saying, that alone won't make a difference. It's just that putting that puzzle together, right? Like
Right.
interlinking Web 2.0s, like putting all that for your digital footprint that I think will make a difference.
I have
Right.
a question for Chris. On like say GMB Google business profiles, they always want to include their about me stuff.
Mhm.
Do I create my own stuff and add it like with descriptions like we do this, blah blah blah, with like keywords and stuff?
Oh man, we just had a killer test in the testing group. We literally we found a performer in a relatively high competition market. No reviews, no nothing, but he was a top performer, right? 3-pack. What we noticed is we did a NLP analysis on his description. It was at the max, and every other word was either an LSI or an entity term. And he was performing very well. So what I'm getting at here is once we have our most relevant information related to the brand's name and what specifically we do, I would focus the rest on entity and LSI or NLP
Yeah.
and fill that all out. I used to think description was useless until this last test. I probably still have it. I'll show you the result. It's pretty remarkable.
Do you have a resource for like a tool for how you would, how you build that stuff? Or it's just trial and error, right? Like for example, on page SEO, Kyle Roof and I used to be good buddies before I started having kids and became a hermit. But Kyle Roof, brilliant Page Optimizer Pro. Eric Lancheras with his on-page AI. So these tools that kind of help you get the roadmap of these things. So is there a tool that exists like that for GMB descriptions or a best practice we could check out?
I don't think that there's any tool that would be an excellent idea. However, though, once you pull what your relevant entities are based on the primary keyword, like if you're using TextRaiser, which is free, that'll give you your relevant entities. Or if you're using Quora, I really like Quora. Or you could pull the LSIs right out of Pop if you wanted to.
Okay.
So once you have those, like literally, it was every other word. It's pretty interesting.
And then what I do is exactly what Chris says. I take the LSI entities, throw it into ChatGPT. Hey, give me a description with these words in it. Bam, paste copy, fast, simple, effective. Right,
man, I love it. Are you guys, so when you get a new GMB client, are you just going to like open up a Bright Local account, get some citations and some what are you guys doing for citations? How do you feel about the importance of those in overall GMB?
I mean, there's three separate types, and I feel that digital references are very important in order to establish who we are, what we do, and where we're at, right? So I think that there is your general, which is your Bright Locals, your Yelps, Monta, MapQuest, Foursquare, but then you're going to have your niche specific, and then you need your location specific. And then I didn't count it in the three, but then there's also paid placements, like your top 10 lists on Yelp. These four with data aggregation is step number one.
You think White Spark, with Darren Shaw does location, local citation finders. What do you find is like your best way to outreach for those local citations, and find those things? Because that seems like there's diamonds in the rough, right? I mean, how are you finding what other people aren't,
Well, really we're looking for what do the top performers across our keyword and keyword variations and our keyword sets. There's collabs. Chaz shared a script, or you can use Scrapebox, or you could use advanced parameters in order to search for the name, address, phone number, in order to get the list of all the citations from your top competitors. I mean, we just use Scrapebox.
That's good. Yeah, no, that's really good.
But I had to train somebody to start building citations. Like I have a young lady that's her only job, making citations.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That is, God bless her soul.
yes.
Right?
Boris, I put on the chat on the Zoom a spot where you can get decent citations done. William Jones Marketing has a decent one as well, but those would be my two sources that I use myself within my agency to this day. And
love it.
Chris can tell you, pull my account. One of the things that you'll see, orders, best practices. I still do Web 2.0's citations in a press release, right? Just for that digital footprint, just to kind of, get myself out there for the just basic best practices.
Totally, absolutely. That's fantastic information. Man, I haven't used Scrapebox in like 10 years. I can't believe people still use that shit. That's crazy.
Yeah, there's much more clever stuff here. I'll share something with you briefly here. I'll give you a URL.
Sure.
I got this from Chaz. Here, give me 2 seconds. I'll give you, it's for a collaboratory or collab. This is what we're going to start using. Here, I'll give it to you right now. Where's this chat at? I hate Zoom.
You should see.
I always mess this up. Oh, there we go. And then here's the chat. This isn't mine. I got this from Chaz, but this has been I really, really like this, and I think it would be helpful for you and everyone else for finding niche specific, location specific. It's excellent, bro.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Hey, thanks so much for that.
And that'll spit out everything for you.
Chris.
Sir.
When you're speaking of linking your GMB on a press release, is that just a map embed, or are you using a different code they can pick up?
So we're linking to it or putting it What are we referencing?
Well, just to highlight the GMB. So
So
let's say I'm doing a press release. Sure, put the embed map in the press release.
We tested that specifically. We didn't notice any type of movement for a service-based business is what we were testing on.
Mhm.
We never saw any difference with an embed, only a decrease on the actual website. I don't think the embed is what we're after, but we are looking to build links specifically to the maps URL of the business
The maps URL.
list, the
Okay.
actual URLs that are on Google.
Right.
And nothing, no SEO like CID, like stuff that only guys like us would know. It has to be actual clickable assets. That's where we've actually seen it's much more helpful.
So
And
when
the
you come
embeds
up in maps, just copy that URL.
Well, there's a magnitude of links here. I'll just so we're both on the same page here. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
More specifically, these I'm setting up another test here. We're building them here. So see, we have this Google Maps here. This is actually the embed URL,
Mhm.
right? It doesn't go anywhere, but Google knows it's been referenced. This right here is the machine readable entity ID or the knowledge panel ID. So this G / here, this one's very important. Okay. Here's the Google link for this is the search Palmer Media, right? In Louisville. And then this is the maps. And then here's a directional map, which if you note, remember the old websites for Google business profiles?
Yeah. Yeah.
The only thing they had on their page was the directional map. So gee, I mean, Google doesn't do anything by accident. So this is what we're doing, and we're retesting it. I test this specific thing this is a recurring once a year. That's why I have this here. It's on my plate for this week.
Dude,
So we're
that
gonna go out
is-
and build. I'm gonna build a whole list, 500,000 across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these, just to make sure that we get that lift that we're looking for. This is like a non-existent piece of crap business that we set up, just like a little tester. So we're gonna make sure, but I'm 99.999% sure this is the best way to go.
And these links, Jeffrey, and to the group, Chris, 2 weeks ago, we gave like extensions. Plepper, look at some of those other extensions. You can get these links literally right from there. So if you're wondering where to get those.
Yeah.
And then too, I just had a guy like just let me see if I have something. I can show you something too, like just the most basic things. We had a business that was ranking at 30. I'll show you something really quick here.
Can I just ask, Corey, so before your test finalizes, what is your hypothesis? Which link do you think is going to do the best?
I think it's a combination. That's the very next testing phase. Once I make sure that I get a positive here, then we're going to start going one at a time. But note, I have a testing group, so I need material too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to break them out. So I need to know, but I also need material,
Totally.
So we're going to go one at a time, but I'm very, very confident it's the directional, and then anything that's actual Google links. Like the embed I'm still playing around with. Here,
Like, what do you think about like just the share link? If I wanted to share this Facebook, WhatsApp, you can click the share link right on Google, right? And it's the g.co / KGS. I think you may have had that on your notepad. But
oh, you
anyways,
want to see it here? I'll show it to you.
let's see if you had that.
So this is
Sure.
the machine readable ID. Yep. This is important. I think anything that's an actual Google, I don't think I'm very confident. Anything that's an actual Google, you'll note that all of these are actually Google. Google's a website like ours.
So
if I'm
not
building
a
hyperlink-
g.co, right? Yeah. For a shared link. Okay.
Yeah, never a share. And plus, you have to note inside the GBP, other than the g.page link, those other links those share links are actually dynamic. They change.
They change every time you hit it. Yeah.
So
Interesting.
yeah, you want to make sure it's static, and we want to make sure we're building to the proper. This has been a forever. So, but this is just basic optimizations with impressions, and then of course this is Agency Assassin for clicks and traffic. We built 2 reviews, basic optimization. And literally in 20 days, we went from 30s to 5 in a 12-mile radius.
Dude, that's
2 reviews. So, and this
Oh,
is super
nice.
basic, and we've been tracking it. We called this 0 to hero, but this is the same process over and over and over again.
Is this
I
a,
don't know
a
if that helps you.
mastermind group or something that I could jump in? Is that possible? Or is it, you
Yeah,
know,
if you are interested, if you searched on Google for SEO Mastermind, I can
I
say
put-
that I'm number 1 SEO mastermind.
So I
put
used
the
to go
link on there
to-
too, Forrest.
Nice. So I was a yearly SEO Rockstars member. You know, I used to run with that whole gang for I don't know 6, 7 years. You know, the Dory friends of the world. Anyways, yeah, it'd be fun to get back in one of those.
Yes.
And, if
Yeah,
you
Kyle
guys,
asked me to
yes.
come speak at Estonia, so I'm super excited about that. I like testing. I do things a lot differently than what he does. I think
Yeah.
you can get movement out of anything in a single variable environment, but there's a massive difference between getting movement in a single variable environment and out in the wild, in my
Yeah,
opinion. You know?
totally
But
agree
because
with that.
Google is always a closed system. So no matter what, it's the variable is in this closed system, no matter what. So I just look at it differently.
Also, one of your videos, I don't know if it's a new one or not, that's why I'm asking. You mentioned something about doing 3 sites, hitting them with a lot of GSA links, like 200,000 or something, and then redirecting back after a period of time.
That's right.
Is that, well, what links are you using? Are you just using keyword links? Are you just using generic links? So does it matter since it's a redirect?
That particular project, I mean, it's because we kept catching penalties. So initially we bought, not I,
Yeah.
the gentleman bought he had 2 domains to begin with. And then he was literally just going through all the link vendors and building links. And he noticed as he kept building links, the site just kept going up and up.
Mhm.
And then when he would catch a penalty, he would 301 redirect the entire site to the new domain, which was very similar, except for he would change it to .net, .org, .co, .jp, whatever it was going to be. And it became into 7 iterations, but the site is still, and every time he would 301, the site would take back off again. But there's no special, it's straight spam, rank, I don't know what you want to call it, rank and bank, or you generally get a 6 to 7 month run. And Google's getting a lot more, they're focused on content, but they're giving a lot more weight to the links right now. So I don't think that that's a long-term play. I think that for guys like us, it's not, it was cool to show, it was a good vid, but it's not a strategy for a real business.
Right. Like, what would you say if like GSA build like the tier 3 links, right? Like, so, you know, tier 1 would be a press release, tier 2 or some whatever, you know, some web 2.0 or something. And then does it still work to say have GSA in like a tier 3 and just spam the shit out of the next level? But then does that insulate you down the line? Right.
I'm
just
very
asking theoretical questions. I'm sorry. I'm just
I think theoretically, I don't want to mess up the relevance. So if I am going to build GSA, it's going to be, it depends on the project, but oftentimes it's going to be to your citations, your press releases, to very mixed category type sites where you're looking at their link profile, their link graph that they're in, and they're already all over the place and they're already an authority. I'm just looking to get a little bit more out of that page. Because like it might be on a DR90 site. I'm just using Ahrefs as a metric. It's a DR90 site, but that page is only, you know, a UR20, you know? So I'm looking to boost it.
Say it's like a Yelp listing, you know, and you're like, let me just throw 200,000 GSAs at it. I mean, good thing, bad thing. What do you think?
Fun thing.
Throw some collection of spammy links at it, right?
I like sending links to Yelp.
Yeah.
I think that's an effective piece. Yes. All those citation sources. Traffic
Hit them
too,
all.
but I like
Hit them
sending
all
stuff to Google better.
with the cheap links. Yeah. Okay. Love
Hey
it.
Chris, which proxy
Hey, what's up,
service?
man?
Hey
How are you,
man,
Riz?
I'm good, man. I'm missing you guys like crazy. I'm looking forward to the next conference so we can have some fun again.
I know, dude. We're gonna ball out this time.
Right?
So what's up? What's your
I
question?
needed to ask you, man, what is the next or which proxy service are you using right now? Because I was using Buy Proxy and it's kind of failing me.
Don't you know a guy? His name's what's his name? Alfredo? You know that guy? Man, he's the plug. You didn't know?
No, I did not, man.
Come
I
on,
think
man.
Alfredo could set you straight.
I got you, Riz. Just hit me up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Chris, are you still using Awesome Traffic Bot?
That gentleman hurt my heart,
Uh-huh.
and he went to monthly, and I'm the second most frugal person in the world. So
I know you beat us Packy guys, dude. I
yeah.
can't-
So no. For the PBNs now, in order to inflate certain types of metrics, I linked up with a guy from SparkToro. It's not good for CTR. It's not good for anything except for inflating numbers and not having to do any work. So I figured, hey, if I'm going to pay, I don't want to do any work. I don't want to set it up. I don't want to look at it. I just want to give it to that guy. So I go and see, or Spark Traffic, I'm sorry. Dirt cheap. It'll light up the numbers for you. It shows up in analytics. You know,
So what do I
people
do? Go
that
to
buy
Google?
links don't understand that traffic doesn't matter.
Do I go to Google and just type in Spark Traffic and I'll find it?
Spark Traffic, yes, sir. Yep. But it's not good for CTR. It's just if we want to inflate metrics, specifically for us, it's in order to inflate traffic numbers for PBNs. Like
I
we know
see.
that traffic doesn't, page ranking isn't determined by traffic. That's irrelevant. But
Well,
people like to see that.
I remember you were using Awesome Traffic Bot on the GMBs at William Jones's conference. And me and my
Yes.
team, we were following that, but we noticed the results were kind of diminishing. So when I saw you were speaking today, I was like, let me get on here and ask.
Yeah, we for maps, we've been utilizing Ian's solution, right?
But
And
has he
then-
fixed it well? Because for about a good 6 months, it wasn't working that well.
Yeah, it is working. In fact, I did a 1 week adjustment.
Uh-huh.
Boom, it jumped up. I got on the line with Ian. Yes, it's working.
When he
Okay.
fixed up the when he fixed and added that pro list, it did fall off for a while. It wasn't showing up, but he fixed the pro list.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And if you need that really cheap, you come see me. But no, what are you trying to do?
CTR
For a website or maps?
maps.
Go see Ian.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, website stuff. We custom built Tom and Andy, Tom and Andy.
Uh-huh.
We build a tool for websites. We have our
Uh-huh.
own.
Okay. Cool.
Had
Of
to.
course, I didn't mean to cut you off there, man. I thought you were taking a break, so I wanted to jump in.
Yep. Yeah, man.
Oh, me? No.
Yeah.
No, all good, man. I'm just here to look. I used to go to these SEO conferences, right? And my mind would just become a bowl of freaking spaghetti after these things because the amount of topics and it's just anyways, right. You guys know it's a tricky, everything is a slippery slope.
I'll say this, one of my favorite conferences last year was the one that Chris Palmer threw in Vegas.
Man.
And there's a couple reasons why, because I hope no one here can forward my words, but the other conferences that I went to, the hotels were super expensive and just everything. But in Vegas, you can get cheap hotels, you can have cheap fun, and then you get to go there and study SEO, and it doesn't break the bank. And out of all the conferences last year, Chris, yours was the most affordable SEO conference ticket you could buy. And that really set you apart. And I was really happy about that because
And we had banging food.
Yeah, dude.
And the open bar.
Yeah. And I'm like, how come the other conferences are now charging $2,000 plus now for
Dude,
the
it's
same
crazy.
stuff, man?
Agreed. That's okay. We're shaking them up. Or I was talking with Craig. I think we're gonna run again, but I won't go into the Emperor room. If you go 2 floors down into the Ambassador,
Mm-hmm.
That's where we'll go. I'm gonna keep the same food, cut the booze, keep the tickets at around 5,
Mhm.
and run. Probably do
I'll
it
be
again.
there, bro. I'll be there. So I'm in the trades, HVAC, plumbing, roofing, all that shit. And yeah, conference tickets, $3,500 to get in the door, man. You got to book your hotel. You got plumbers out here dropping 6 G's to go spend a couple days to hear, rah rah, do you care about your health? Do you care about your family? All this bullshit, right? So anyways, yes. So 500 sounds almost free. So that'd be amazing.
Yep,
It's
and
totally
it's a
worth it.
write-off. Right?
It's totally
anyways.
worth it.
And I like that term you used, Riz. Cheap fun.
Did
Dude,
you
I
just
was-
say no more booze there? No more open bars? Because
No.
when I heard open bar, like, okay, well, maybe I
Sold,
need
he
to
said sold.
Open bar, and I made sure it was only top shelf too. Why wouldn't we? But that was 10. That was 10. Just having the open bar was 10 grand for 3 days.
Okay.
That's
And then
strong.
2, nobody really wanted to get lit because that's a business event. So it kind of defeated the purpose.
Well, yeah, but I
We
kind
learned
of
our
like to
lessons.
do both. I like to do both.
Hey, Chris, Thomas has a question here. As far as
Sure.
building lead gen sites, for national company, do you build separate websites for each state or use one site, multiple location page? I've changed my mind on this, but I'll let you answer and see what you say.
There is so many different ways to swing a cat, right? I don't think that's one or the other. Kind of like even siloing, like versus flat. You can win multiple ways, but in my opinion, an optimal way is to have the brand as the homepage, talk about the brand, have primary services set up based on state. And then from state / we're doing our cities. And then we have our informational content for each level. That's, to me, is the best way to do it. That's the most optimal. I've had the best success from that. But we've had great success having, hey, we're only targeting one state. And then we're just going to run every city as / okay, let's hit the city with primary keyword. And then I had a account. It's a guy you guys might know. His name's William. He was running one pagers. He had 120 accounts in there. Every single one of those flipping guys was in the pack. Every single one. I probably still have access to the drive. Every single dude was in the map pack. Organic might have been slacking, but I went and checked. It blew my mind. It was a 1-page single service website. Every single one of those dudes was in the pack. I was like, so it changed my mind on a couple of things, but the most optimal for success for me, I like multi-location, multi-state, and then we silo it down and then inflate it with informational content in order to boost internal link flow to primary pages, and then start firing in link inserts and PBN links.
Now, do you know why that is, though? Can you explain the why?
The why of what?
The way what you just said, because I agree. One website, multiple locations on that website, right?
Well, I think there's multiple reasons.
Yeah.
One of the reasons is because one asset is always easier to manage and invest in than multiples. So there's that.
Yeah.
The second piece too is Google rewards brands, or AKA authoritative,
Boom,
right? So
there
if
it is
I can
right there.
become the authority on a specific topic, that,
Yeah.
once you're the authority, it's auto rank. You guys know, like if you start clicking, like every page you put up just goes.
Yeah.
So I think once if you invest enough time and enough effort, it's very easy to rank with an authoritative website.
Yes.
Plus, I think those niche sites, it's just,
So let's talk
manage
about one thing that people have contention about is Google My Business posts. What do you think about regular posting on GMB? Does that influence ranking a fair amount? Posting and promotions, right?
From our testing and from having a significant amount of clients come through the door, and then what we have found is it doesn't influence ranking, but it can produce a free phone call.
Yeah.
So if I can set up an automation that's going to produce a post twice a day and get a free phone call, okay, that's what we'll do. Right? Because I'll spend $40 to get that phone call, and what Google
100%.
guarantee, depending on what you're in. So that phone call is worth a lot. It's worth a free buffer account.
Do you do like on your money sites, you post a blog, and then you have the software set up so it automatically posts out to all your social media sites, right? So it'll automatically post that blog link on Facebook and Instagram and whatever else, right? Is that just standard practice stuff? Do you do that regularly as well?
That's auto. IFTTT.
It's auto, right? Yeah.
Yeah. If I think, yeah. That's like an automatic. It has to be done. It's just part of the solution.
It's just part of the basic, really
Yes, sir.
basic.
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome.
But I love these I've been meeting a lot more agencies lately since the ads. And what I've found is the value-based guys, like that's like every little thing is an extra service, like extra cost. Where we were that's just part of
It's
like,
just
this is
part
part
of
of the success, you know?
Yeah, that's part of it. Absolutely. So I got to take care of my babies, but man, it was so great to jump on with you guys. Chris, you got a subscriber. I also added you on Facebook. I'll
Thank
add
you,
the
brother.
rest of you guys too. I've been out of the SEO game for a long time. Just
Yo.
deal with paid ads.
Add me,
Um,
Forrest. I need some advice on the PPC, man.
Yeah, if
I need
you want some
someone
ads,
with-
advice down the road, I'd be happy to. I don't want to hijack Chris's thing. This is wonderful. Like I hope you guys do this more often, because I'll jump in when I can. But I'd be happy to lead a paid ads talk sometimes. You know, we spend about 4 million a month, so I'm here to just learn to be a student of SEO. But unfortunately, I've done way too much paid ads. So and I'd be happy to add value however I can.
Can
for
I
you
ask
guys.
one question to you, Forrest?
Of course, yeah.
You've had a lot more experience in paid ads. Generally, for a marketing agency, what do you think a fair a conversion should be on a paid ad? Do you think $68 is too much?
No, well, agencies, right? You got to think about, lifetime value of a client, so $68 that's a drop in the water.
I thought that was fair. Okay.
Like for me, we charge $2,500 onboarding. Like here, can I share my screen real quick?
Sure.
Yes.
You. So I'll show you. I'll just show you like one account here. Let me just let's do something random.
Alfredo, you always got the power players in this group, man. People
Man,
just
thank
out.
you. I appreciate it, guys.
Man,
Yeah.
what's going on
I
here,
am-
man? The
I
best
am
kept
far-
secrets are with Alfredo.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm happy to join you guys tonight for
I'm
sure.
glad nobody
So-
else is on.
So paid marketing. So I don't know, you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
one guy. This is Spartan Plumbing in Dayton. So we A/B test landing pages. I can go into kind of stupid detail about all the design elements and all that, but this is kind of the product of many millions of dollars of A/B testing, how this page looks. And you can copy it, SpartanPlumbingDayton.com, and take a look. Because for an SEO guy, what I would like to say to SEO guys is just remind you that who gives a shit if you can rank a site if they don't call, right?
Bingo.
Conversion rate
Yes.
matters just as much as ranking the damn site, So think about your conversion rate while you're ranking all these things. Anyway, so back to kind of what we do. So we'll build and actually it's kind of funny. We actually rank a lot organically with these sites, but so we'll have a location page for each a location page for each suburb, and then we have a page for each ad group, right? So if it's water heaters and you live in Clayton, then you see a water heater service, and and this is a real pain in the ass to build, but I had this pulled up. Here's conversion rates for January. Here, let me see if I can I'll increase that so you can see a little bit. But look at this account. We spent $24,000, 35% conversion rate. Cost per conversion, $104. So it works. The guys that aren't doing this, where you break down by city, here's the city of Kettering, right? So this
Dang, so
only targets
35%.
Kettering, Ohio, right?
Is that average for you? 35%?
Our minimum in a mature account is 28% is what we want to be at. So, and it's like a new account, a baseline would be probably 18%, and then we'll improve from there, So, and this is the thing that makes everybody go, oh shit, is this is non-brand. Let me show you non-brand. So brand.
Well, that's probably ridiculous, your conversion rate there, right?
Yeah, so the brand, let's see. This
It's kind
so
of
does
cheating.
not contain brand. So these are non-branded. So I'll just be as fair as possible. And still for the month, filtered campaigns 38.7%. You
That's
know,
sick.
um,
That's better than what
that's
I'm
just
getting.
yeah, it's just like, and dude, like CTM, I'm happy to do another meeting where I can, hell, I'll teach you guys how to do all this shit, you know. But uh, CTM is the goal here. So, and you know, in the last month, right? So we optimize towards average talk time. So these conversions, you know, 260 unique calls with a 5 minute average talk
Oof.
time per call, you know. Because you know, for us in paid, right? Anybody I could send somebody 100 wrong company calls. I
Rob.
could send you
Yes.
100 out of service area calls, right? But
Yes.
for me, I got tired of getting fired. So I'm like, okay, well, we better improve the quality. So that we focus on the quality of it. And um, for that, we've really kind of established ourselves as being one of the leaders in the trades for for PPC. But take a look at you know, take a look at the site if it, you know, some food for thought for you guys on maybe conversion elements.
It
Like if you go to your mobile, which is where, you know, 75% of traffic lives, check this fun thing we added, which is a tap to save button. And this little setup here increased conversion rates about 12% above not having the sticky buttons there. So but tap to save will you can save the contact direct to your phone, and it has an offer right there on the contact. So, you know, check that out. It's pretty fun. But anyways, yeah, that's all I got. In another day, obviously, like Chris, happy to hopefully, you know, get to know you and learn from you. I just subscribed to the channel, and then
Thank you.
another day I'll teach you guys about PPC as long as you teach me about SEO. So
You're not running flat fee, it's a percentage?
yeah, we actually the thing about us is we're cheap as shit. We charge 12% um of spend. So
What's the
and
minimum?
yeah, their minimum really I would say really
10?
now it's 5K. It's really 5K now. Um and under 3x ROI we don't bill. So because it's like I'd rather have clients for years. It's the same thing with SEO. Like after 6 months, if you're not getting results for your clients, like you kind of, it needs to be, you're not going to have that client long if you keep billing them without results, right? At some point, you just got to give it away for a month or two until you see a come up. And then if you, you know, if you zero out an invoice for a client on a bad performing month, they're going to stay with you for years. You know, the trust built from that one zeroed out invoice is worth years of
Do you
paid
take
management.
care of the site too? So
Yeah,
if
so
you're gonna if you had somebody that came and said they had 5 to 10K a month ad spend, 12% is fair, would you take care of the page and tracking?
yeah, so we never use a client's main site. I never send traffic to a client's main site because if I want to do some shit like add a Google Analytics code, it takes me 20 emails in 3 weeks, right?
Hmm.
You know, it's a I can't deal with these people. So the other thing is with us, I've got a predictable model. I have to have a predictable model so I can kind of guarantee results for people.
Of
If I
course.
use the same template, it's modified and improved. So like I'll show you. Let me just show you one thing.
Is this website indexable? Like, do you allow Google to crawl it or do you just block it?
I honestly, I prefer to just index it. You know, I prefer to just index it. But uh, some some SEO companies have kind of attacked me about, you know, this. So this is their main site, right? There's their main site, and then here's our pay-per-click site, right? So I never need access to this. Um, but yeah, we generally do index the sites, and it gets zero. You know, it does get some organic traffic, but it doesn't convert into anything. You know, it's not measurable volume. Um, I only like to index because I assume that at any time Google can change their algorithm, right? Where they only want to work with the most trustworthy websites, and it's like, oh, Now Google's rule is if it's not indexed, we're not going to allow you to run PPC. Some bullshit, right? So we like to just index and be as transparent as possible on that side. But anyways, I'll show you.
Excellent.
So this is like our newest updated template, right? Where we used to do this template. Okay. So but we found through a lot of A/B testing that, having your form right here, it's just a very, very simple and slow improvements. But just through VWO, different like heat maps and whatever, what templates perform better. So we're always running like little mini tests, trying to improve, just like you guys are.
Yep.
So, anyways, but
Cool.
yeah, gotta take care, kids.
Thank you.
I'll
Love
connect
it,
with you guys
Fart.
another
I
time.
sent you out a request and a little message. Would love to connect. Looks like the people have spoken. They would love to have you. It'd be an honor for us to have you, man. So
Absolutely, guys.
check
But
out your
Chris, with your 30,000 YouTube subscribers, like epic job, bro. I'm
you.
about to put my 1-year-old to sleep and like dig into those videos. So, all
Nice.
right,
Love
have
it,
a good
man.
night.
Thanks, Forrest. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you,
Appreciate
guys.
your time.
Later. Yep. See ya.
Hey, Chris, I wanted to ask you about reviews. Where are you getting those now? Because
They're about to add now. We have I can offer them, but they're not cheap.
what is not cheap?
20 a piece.
Phew, man.
I
Yeah.
guarantee 90 days.
90 days though.
Specific, and I'll interact with the profile, leave Q&A, upload the photo, white face, white name.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Hey,
And
now.
where do I
Or
get?
whatever location it is, it doesn't matter. We'll make them specific, Because
So
I was getting them for, $1 a piece and selling them for $5, but
Mhm.
everyone was crying like, oh, this is, we were getting an 80% stick rate, but now we had to, it's a lot harder now. So
and
yeah,
then where's the link to buy that or get that?
I'd be more than happy to share that with you, sir.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And then, would it be multiples or just need a couple? Test this out.
No, I have like over 20 properties I need GMB reviews for.
Sick. That would be awesome. Yeah, I've been on the fence if I want to offer that public. I'm kind of shook after that last one, dude. We got wiped out.
Damn.
But so, yeah, 100% Facebook. I can take care of that for you. Unless there's someone else that could do it cheaper, but I think you'll really appreciate these.
All right.
90-day guarantee. Hyper specific. When you check the accounts, the other reviews will be in past of whatever the city is. Like we build the profiles around you. It's very
Okay.
pretty,
And then
pretty sexy.
And then I could give you
Yes.
the review that I want posted, right?
You can. That's completely up to you.
Okay.
For sure. That you're doing us a favor, really.
Yeah.
Chris, can I ask you a question? Those reviews, would they be banned from Google business profiles later? Will they affect
I
it?
mean, you never know what Google's going to do. I try, I never know what Google's going to do, but I'm so confident I'm guaranteeing them for 90 days. Where we'll go back and take care of it. Within 90 days. I mean, pretty much everyone's doing 30 days, but we're so confident that we're gonna offer 90 days.
I joined your Facebook group también. So I also want that link to ask my customers if they want that.
Sure. Yep, but it is going to be a relatively high price as opposed to some other places out there in the market.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I know you mentioned that already.
But
Yep.
Okay. Yeah,
when you
that's not a
get-
problem at all.
When you get them, guys, try to order them 10 at a time too.
Oh, that would be
Make
cool.
Make an impact. Yeah, if I can convince Chris, you have to buy them 10 at a time. I think it's going to help you. It'll be a service all the way around for everybody.
Massively helpful, but we have, if you buy 10, but we're in different niches, but what I found is if you get 10, but it's that consistency, buy daily, every 3 days, on a week, something like that. I love the consistent, but we're going into personal injury accounts and dropping 50 at a clip, but then with
Well,
those
I
review
mean,
updates, we're going in there and just wiping them.
like say, dropping them every week or 2 weeks or something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, once a week. We like buy daily. So every other day, hit one. Depends on the competition. The markets where I make my actual money, it's hyper competitive. So buy daily is what moves the needle for me. And that's a problem too. Like I can only speak from what I know, but like a plumber in Iowa might not need that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like my businesses, they don't need that many every day, especially when the work takes like a week or two.
Yep.
So
Fair enough.
So guys, we are at the 60-minute mark. Jeffrey,
No.
right? I was like, wait, I feel like we just started. Jeffrey, did you get your questions answered? I know you had a few.
Oh, yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
make sure you're good.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
good.
All right. Richard, are you good? Johnson? Robert, Thomas, I want to make sure Mundo's in here. Joseph, Rob. Want to make sure that we're good. Now I know I got into this last week, but is there anything in particular that you want Chris to kind of come with it today? It's actually pretty good the way it kind of flowed. It's the vibe in
enjoyed
the
it.
air because I started ads today, or started that process to start ads. I know Chris,
I love it.
we've talked about what he's doing. He's banging them out nice, getting results.
I'm not one to brag, but last month was probably one of my biggest months ever.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I think because we've been hanging out, it really influences that. I like to think me and you hanging out, I think influences that.
And dude, yeah, I think just everybody, you know what I
Yes,
mean?
yeah.
Like just it makes you more hungry, especially when you start seeing other guys and you might not think this way, but I'll meet guys that are doing 2, 3 a year. And I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, I'm smarter than this guy. How's he banging 3 mil a year? What the? And then and not just BSing like, not
Yeah.
like like authentically. I'm like, damn, I could do that. So
Yeah,
it pushes you,
definitely.
drives you.
Especially like me and Riz have had this conversation when you genuinely want your buddy to succeed because man, like I don't know what I'm telling you, we talked about ads. Forrest got on here. Is that really a coincidence, right? I know Chris is doing ads, so like it's a beautiful thing. I love it. I love it.
It's beautiful.
I
So-
like this guy. I like
Yeah.
this guy, Chris Palmer.
You like
I
this
like
guy? So guys, chrispalmer.org, Chris, still?
Yes, sir. Yep.
chrispalmer.org. Show him all the love and support on there, his YouTube channel. Guys, speaking of YouTube, SEO Evergreen by Alfredo. I would love to grow the watch time, the audience. I have a lot of lives going to the live section. I'm starting to get that up and going. Would love you guys' support. William Jones Marketing, guys. All your websites, get on the mailing list, guys. There's some incredible deals. I just went on the live with that. Don't miss out. You can't go wrong with a lot of that stuff. If you need help, get on my calendar. I'll help with the first domino so everything flows fantastic. Tomorrow we have Christopher influence marketing and affiliate marketing. I think it'll be something new for our group that you can take advantage. Next week, like I told you guys, interlink building, how to do it. It's fast, simple, effective. I can't wait for that. Speaking of CTR, we have Ian coming back again. Love it. Can't wait for that guy that's on there to guys show you. Riz, if you have questions. I just got on the phone with him 1 week ago, made very minor changes, and I see the increases. So I'm like,
Yeah,
"Ooh,
don't
okay."
let him off the hook. Ian knows a lot more than he lets on. Yo, drill that
Yeah.
dude. He knows what he's doing.
I think we did 3, 4, 5 accounts. I just happened to look at one and I saw that increase. I'm like, I felt reassured on the other ones, but
And
yeah.
he's seen what's working across 1,000 accounts.
Yes.
Like, dude, he's got all that
That's
insight, all that data. I like,
Yeah.
dude, I get Ian, I'm like, yo, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
slurping it like, nom, nom, nom. Man, hey, you've
Absolutely.
been grinding though, huh? You got you got your weight up a little bit. You've been
Hey now.
grinding, right?
Hey now.
You've been working them long hours. I can tell.
So guys, people have asked me about my glasses. The only reason I get glasses is to cover
So
my
you could read.
no, to cover my whatever you call this black stuff from staying up late and stuff. So it's a beautiful thing, guys. Proxies, let me know, Riz, if you need some proxies. I got you, bro. Affordable, fast customer service. I know the guy that creates the password, supports you if you need to reset it, increase, decrease any limits. I can help you out with that. Appreciate everyone that's watching the replays. Much love, much success. And as always, I'll see you on the next one.
Thanks, Alfredo.